What is up, nerds? Welcome back to another questionable riding video. The last video we took the Breadbox off of Angelina, and since then I haven't actually been able to ride her because weather and whatnot. And then when the weather was good, I had to start her up for some reason. I forgot. But I wanted to wait a couple more days so I could forget what she sounded like, so I can get you guys an authentic startup reaction. So here we go. Because to be honest, I don't even remember what it sounds like. You're watching the video, so you already know what the title is. But basically, this is going to be like, is cutting off the Breadbox off a Z900 worth it? We got traffic over there going, which normally I wouldn't be able to hear her very well. So, man, let's get straight to it. So that's just idle. Ride somewhere. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. Now that is a CRT exhaust from SC Project. Let's go do some pulls and see if it's worth it. If I remember correctly, it definitely is. Oh man, I haven't checked my tire pressures, and nah, it should be fine. It should be fine. Because I haven't rode her in a week, so normally I like check the tire pressure and whatnot. You also notice she looks a little bit different. Because I got the mirrors, I took the mirrors off. Look at that. No more stock mirrors. Alright. Let's get straight to it. Get some raw sound for y'all. To adjust my mirrors too while this is my first time using these bar end mirrors, and it felt more comfortable to have them underneath, but that's not what we're here for. Let's see what we got. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy. I'm about, never mind. You'll notice we get some pops. We got pops from Angelina now. Ooh. Ooh. Now Angelina was a quiet girl, you know. You'd be hard pressed to hear her in the flyby. I know I didn't upload any footage from it during flybys and whatnot, but that was just poor planning on my part. But let me tell you, it's worth it. You can hear her now. I know there's a couple videos out where they were like, oh, it's like too loud, yada yada yada. But my solution for that is just get off the throttle a little bit. You see? Oh, hold on. I might have lied. I might have lied. I don't think we can get her quiet. Hold on. I don't think we can get her quiet. Oh. Hold on. I was gonna say if you hold her around like 4,000 RPMs, she might be a little quiet if you coast her. But I don't know, man. I can still hear her. quiet, man. I don't think it's a way to get her quiet, man. I might have lied. I was gonna say if you coast her, then it'll be a little bit quiet when you're going through the neighborhoods and whatnot. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think when you cut off that Breadbox, it's still there's no way to silence it except for probably putting another slip-on exhaust. If you end up cutting off the Breadbox and it's still too loud, I would suggest putting a slip-on exhaust that has a dB killer on there. But to me, this isn't too loud. There was a lot of videos, or a few videos. I watched them cut off Breadboxes, and it was like, oh man, it's like crazy loud. Z900 forums are like, man, it's loud. It's loud compared to what it was, but this isn't loud compared to like other bikes that you might get used to hearing, like R1s or Ducatis. I'm trying to think of some other loud bikes that I've seen on YouTube. Like, this bike probably wouldn't compare to them, because those bikes are like meant to be heard. This one wasn't really meant to be heard, in my opinion, which is why they put on that thick ass Breadbox. But I like it. Out of 10, I'd say I think the R1M might be like the loudest bike that I've heard before, or the MT10. And let's say that's a 10 on the loudness scale. With the CRT exhaust, with the Breadbox cut off, I'd say this is maybe like a 5 or a 6 compared to that. Pops. Ooh. Yeah, it's not the loudest exhaust in the world. I'm sure with the racing, ooh, those pops, boy. If you don't like pops, don't do this mod, because I think the only way to get rid of the pops is to upgrade to a racing exhaust, get it and get the ECU flashed and everything so that there aren't any pops. But if you don't mind pops and you want your Z9 louder, I think this is the mod for you. Of course, you don't have to get the CRT slip-on exhaust. I got it because the bike was very, very quiet when I got it, and I was like looking for anything to make it louder. So when I put on the slip-on, I was like, yo, this has to like amplify that sound. But like, what's anything times 0? It's 0, you know. So it wasn't really amplifying anything because there was nothing coming out of the Breadbox. I'd say on a 1 through 10 scale, stock, it was a 0. This thing was quiet. It was all engine noise, no exhaust noise. When I replaced the slip-on, I'd say it went to a 2, maybe 1.5. Then with the Breadbox cut off and the slip-on, you're looking at about a 5. Ooh, maybe 6 with that pop. Good lord. And 5, 6. I do want to get a lord, them pops. I do want to get either a cat delete done or a racing exhaust put on here, and then get it flashed, because I do want to see her spit fire. And the guys that I hear the most about is like More Mafia. They're like all over my Instagram and YouTube and whatnot, and he say he can do something and keep the pops going and make her spit flames and get her tuned right. So that's the guy I plan on sending her ECU to. Man, bumps, boy. But right now, I'd say this is worth it. Cause I wanted a louder bike. You know, all the people I hang out with at the group rides and stuff, they have these loud bikes, and like next to them, it's like a kitten. You know what I mean? It's like a kitten purring. Couldn't hear it, but now you can. But nobody else has heard it though. So I think there's been like, I think the last group ride got canceled because of rain or something like that. But we are going to the next one because nobody was like saying anything, because you know motorcycle riders are pretty chill. Like nobody was like, hey, get that quiet piece of shit up out of here. Like nobody was bullying me or anything like that. It was just like, man, like why is mine so quiet compared to theirs? And it was kind of like I was pursuing it. I was like, boy, I need to do something, which led to the Breadbox delete. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you think it's worth it. Question of the video, oh, it could be simple. Do you think the Breadbox delete was worth it? And if not, why? All right, cue out.